Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today is another response to a thread started by Richard over at Richard's Vinyl Taphouse, and it is another Late to the Party response video. About 2 weeks ago, as you all know, Richard celebrated his 1-year anniversary here on YouTube, so congratulations, Richard. I can't wait to see what you have in store for us, and many years of success. So, cheers. And in this thread, he wanted to have us show 3 to 5 albums, I believe it was, of artists who you were introduced to from different VC channels and you went out and purchased. So I've got, and I believe it was 3 to 5. I've got, I believe, 5 here from the stack of stuff. And without any further delay, the first one I have is a band that you all know. If you've watched Aaron with the Alamare's channel, you all know this band, and it is Clutch, and Sunrise on Slaughter Beach is the first Clutch album I owned, and then Aaron VCLT'd me a nice VCLT with a bunch of stuff in it, including a couple of albums from Clutch, which I'll probably show in another video at some point, but this album was the first one that was in my collection because I saw Aaron introduce it to us, and I just love the cover of this album. Has kind of like a futuristic samurai warrior on here. That's basically what I got for the vibe on that. And normally I don't give any credit to the Star Wars sequel movies because I thought they were rubbish. But when I look at this gatefold, it's just an amazing gatefold, and it really just, again, screams sci-fi. And I thought that, as I looked through it, I thought it reminded me of if you saw any of those movies, The Knights of Ren, which I thought were pretty cool. Wish we saw more of them. But this is one of the best gatefolds I've ever seen on an album. Just so much creativity and thought went into this, obviously, and it's just a killer gatefold, and I really enjoy looking at the gatefold. And speaking of enjoying, the takeaway tracks for this album are, for me, Slaughter Beach, which is the second track on side A, and I would say on side B, I'd have to go with Skeletons on Mars, which is also the second track. Next up we have from Steve over at A is for Alice, B is for Bob, C is for Chicago, see you later soon. And this is an artist that was gifted to me from Steve via VCLT, and it's kind of one, I guess, that's not really included or should be included, but it's kind of an artist that got me back into listening to Robin Trower. This album is Bridge of Sighs, and thank you, Steve, for getting me back into Robin Trower. And since then, I've gotten a few more albums from him. This album is just an amazing album, wonderful piece of work. And for takeaway tracks, let's see here. I really enjoyed the title track, Bridge of Sighs. And The Fool and Me is another good one. That's the closing track on side 1. And on side 2, I like the song that closed out the album, A Little Bit of Sympathy. So hopefully the glare isn't too bad and you can see all those tracks. I wish the track listings were a bit brighter or the background was a little different, but awesome album. Thank you so much, Steve, for getting me back into Robin Trower. Next up is an album. We're going to go north to Canada and check in with Embryonic Brian, Country Outlaw Brian, No Shirts Logo Brian, however you want to describe him. And he did a really nice review on this one, and it inspired me to pick this album up. And it is one that anytime I see the name of the band, I don't know why, but I can't help but to think it reminds me of one of the many faces of Mick Foley. So if you're a WWE fan, you'll know what I mean by that. And this is Sharon is Karen, and it is what is the title? Heart of the World, and it's kind of hard to see there. So, an excellent album. It has a lot of great sounds in it. I hear punk in a lot of the songs on this. Um, Obviously, a little bit of pop, a little bit of everything. And one of the bands that, when I listen to this album, I can't help but to think of the band Jimmy Eat World. Here are the track listings on the back. Just a killer album to have to your collection. And the songs that really stood out to me, I really liked Fork in the Toaster. That's always a good one. That's a shocker of a song. And the other one is Tear It Out. That's another good one. So once again, here's the track listings for Sharon is Karen and Heart of the World. So check that one out. And thank you to Brian on that one. This next album is one from Gary over at Physical Format Rock and Roll, or as MGK Boston likes to say from time to time, Physical Format Jazz, or in this case, Physical Format Surf Rock. And this band, I remember when Gary showed this, I was just, again, blown away by how cool this sounded, and it introduced me to a whole different level, I guess you could say, of surf rock, and it is the Surferjettes and Easy as Pie. Just a phenomenal album to have. It's just so different than what I'm used to listening to, and I'm definitely going to see if I can get more of their albums. But without taking any of the trinkets out, if you will, you get a couple of postcards and a book of matches, which is really cool. And I think that the album does include a fake diner menu, which is always cool. So I hope there's gluten-free options on here from me and Brian if we should ever go to this diner, but who knows. And just an amazing album. Here's the back. Looks like a pretty good glutenized, I guess, grilled cheese sandwich with fries, which are probably glutenized as well. But what are you going to do? The takeaway tracks from me on here, something about the second track on these albums that I picked are ones that really stood out the most. And the second track on here is called Toasted Western on side A, or side 1. It really has a Quentin Tarantino vibe in it to me, and his soundtracks really are just, the songs that are picked for his movies just, to me, are just awesome, and that's one that stood out to me. And another one was Chiffon Daydreamin', as the title sounds. It really is kind of like a daydreamy type of a song. That's number 5 on side 1. And on side 2, I enjoyed Priss and Vinegar and Lickety Split to close out this album, the Surferjettes Easy as Pie. So thank you, Gary, for sharing this one with all of us. And last but not least, this album is an out-of-this-world one, and I think even aliens and Bruno Mars may like this one. This one, I know Gary has shown this band before, and I believe Steve over A is for Alice, B is for Bob has shown this one too. And I'm giving them both credit for it, and it is the band UFO and No Place to Run. Great rocker of an album. So thank you very much, guys, for recommending this one and sharing this one to the VC world, and for takeaway tracks on here. I really enjoyed The Fire Burns Tonight and Gone in the Night, which are on the side 1, the second to last track and last track on side 1. On side 2, I enjoyed the title track, No Place to Run. And I guess I would say, if I had to pick another tune, Youngblood was really good too. So here's the track listings. for No Place to Run from UFO. So once again, Richard, congratulations on your 1 year anniversary, and I hope you have many more years of success on your channel. I'm glad to be a subscriber and can't wait to see what you have in store for us. So, and thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.